Most people stay stuck, unsuccessful, and lost because they are playing by the wrong rules in life. They think success comes from working harder, being smarter, and getting luckier than everyone else. They believe happiness is something that happens when they finally get the right job, the right relationship, or the right bank balance. So they spend their entire life chasing external solutions to internal problems. They try to fix their finances by switching strategies, changing their funnels, changing the business model instead of changing their relationship with money. They try to find love by changing their appearances instead of changing their self worth. They try to build success by actually copying from other people's success instead of actually understanding what truly creates that success in the first place. And year after year, they keep wondering on why they are stuck in the same negative patterns in life. So here's what they are missing. They haven't realized or understood the metaphysical truths of life. Reality isn't something that happens to you, it is something that happens from you. Everything you experience right now, your relationships, your bank balance, your circumstances, whatever it may be, whatever situation you're in right now, they are created by you, either consciously or subconsciously. Your life is a direct reflection of forces that most people don't even know that they exist. So if you can change how you work with these forces or these metaphysical laws, then you can change your life. Then you can consciously alter your life in a way that you prefer. What follows are the foundational principles that govern how life works, the invisible laws that determine who gets what and why. Master these truths and you stop being a victim of circumstances, but either you become the master of your reality. You become the conscious architect of your own experience, right? Now let's get right into it. So the first truth is your reality is solidified imagination. Your reality is a direct product of your mind and consciousness. The world you live in is solidified imagination. Most people think that they are just victim to the circumstances. They think that life happens to them and whatever negative situation that happens in their life, they call it fate or they call it that they are just unlucky, right? But that is not the case. Everything you experience started out as an imagination first. The room you're sitting in right now, the device you're watching this video from, the whatever experience that you are having right now, it first started off as imagination. Even your problems started as imagined fears that became so real in your mind that it materialized in your physical reality. The moment you understand this, you stop being the victim and start being the creator of your own life. There are 8 billion people in this world, so there are actually 8 billion worlds that are existing concurrently in our current planet. When you realize that your current reality is just solidified imagination, you can simply imagine something different so vividly that it can materialize into your physical reality and thereby changing your life. Now, second truth is as within, so without. What you experience and possess internally will manifest externally in your world. Now, this is the most fundamental law in manifestation, but most people have it backwards. They think that once they have that money, then they will feel abundant. Once they have that love, then they will feel worthy of love. But reality works in a reverse order. Look at the people who seem to effortlessly attract success, who seem to effortlessly attract love into their life. They don't hope for abundance, they don't hope for love, they just expect it and they get it. They feel successful internally first before external world proves it to them. And just because they are feeling successful, worthy, and deserving of love internally first, then the external world rearranges itself to prove them right. Whatever you think, whatever you feel, it will become a reality, right? Just because something is truthful for you doesn't mean it is the truth for someone else. All truths are just half truths, right? So just because something is true for you doesn't mean it is true for everyone else. So start feeling successful right at this moment. The future doesn't exist, the past doesn't exist. The only thing that exists right now is the present moment. And if you're not feeling abundant at the present moment, then you'll never feel abundant. Many people think that they need to achieve the goal first in order to get that feeling, but it doesn't work that way. You need to get that feeling first. You need to create that feeling internally in order for you to shape your external reality. Your external circumstances is a direct reflection of your internal state. Change your internal state and the outer reality will follow. The next truth is the physical world is pure effect. The physical plane is a realm of effect and illusion. To change an effect, you must change the cause, which is always internal. This is why most people stay stuck. These people are trying to change their life by rearranging their actions daily. So some people might So some people might try to change jobs, some people may try to change their business model, some people will end the relationships, some people will move to different cities, but none of this is going to work because the physical plane is a realm of illusion. You can only see less than 1% of actual physical reality. These people never address the internal cause that are the reason for these effects in your physical reality. It is like trying to change your reflection in the mirror by adjusting the mirror itself rather than just changing your posture, right? You can't change the reflection in the mirror if you can't change yourself. You can't expect the reflection to smile before you smile. So if you want different results in your life, if you want to change your life, then stop trying to change an effect with an effect. Start addressing the cause of your experiences in life, which is your internal state, which is your internal landscape, your emotions, your beliefs, your identity, your self-worth. Start working on those instead of trying to do more, trying to change your reality by just taking more action. Your action is good, but action is only good when your internal state is at the perfect frequency. Now, the next truth is life has no meaning except what you give it. Most people are waiting for life to hand them meaning on a silver platter. They think success, relationships, or achievements will finally make their life meaningful. But here's the liberating truth: nothing has inherent meaning until you assign it. Two people can go through the exact same experience and create completely different realities because each assigns their own meaning. Now, for example, let's say you have lost your job. You can make it mean that I am a failure, or you can make it mean that the universe is redirecting you to something better. So the event is the same, but the meaning you attach to it creates completely different realities. Now, this is not just positive thinking, this is you judging an experience by what you want to create out of your life. Right? Whatever happens in your life, it becomes good or it becomes bad the moment you put a label on it. If something happens in your life, it is just a fact. There is no inherently bad in it and there is no inherently good in it. Something is not as bad it may seem, something is not good as it may seem. Only future can tell. But the one thing that you can control is the meaning that you give it. And according to the meaning that you give, the next set of experiences that you're going to have in life, it will get reflected. If something bad happens in your life and you get depressed, you say that I'm a loser, you say that there is no hope left, then guess what? That is what going to happen in your life. There will be more circumstances where you will get more depressed. There will be more circumstances where you feel like no hope is there. Because universe is a mirror. Whatever meaning you give to your experiences, to your circumstances, it will get reflected in your future. So start seeing everything in a positive light. Even though that may be hard, even though you may feel some negative emotions, just don't dwell in it. Don't get stuck in those negative emotions. Feel it, process it, get out of it, and start putting a new label to those experiences. Start looking at it in a positive light. Start appreciating it. Because so in your past, some things may have been bad, right? You may label them as a bad experience, but later in life, that may have turned out to be the good, right? So just because you're going through a breakup right now doesn't mean all hope is lost. It doesn't mean that you'll never find another love in life, because most of the time you will find a person who's infinitely better than the person you broke up with. Just because you lost your job doesn't mean all hope is lost. So instead of assigning a negative meaning to that experience, if you label it as something that something better is waiting for you, if you label it that way, then that particular event turns out to be the greatest thing that has happened in your life. Because many things that seemed bad to me in the past, those were the best things that has happened to me ever. Because if those things that didn't happen, then all the good things that I'm currently having right now, all the great things that I'm experiencing right now, it wouldn't have happened. So thanks to those bad experiences that I have had in the past, that I'm experiencing bliss, joy in my current state, in my current reality. So be careful with what meaning you assign to your own experiences. If you give it a negative meaning, then your future will look more bleak to you. Right? So be careful with what meaning you give it. So next truth is your subconscious creates your reality. There are no truths in reality other than what the subconscious mind accepts as true. What you strongly believe will come true. Your subconscious creates reality by filtering what you perceive, programming your behaviors, and attracting situations that match whatever it believes to be true about you and the world. Your subconscious mind is like a faithful servant. Whatever you believe internally, it will reflect in your external reality. It doesn't care what you actually want, it only cares about what you actually believe. If you want money out of life, if you want to be financially free, but if you believe that money is hard to come by, then you will forever struggle for money. You will never be financially free because that is what you believe internally. If you tell your subconscious mind that if you tell your subconscious mind that I will never have enough money, then your subconscious mind will find millions of ways to prove you right. But if you tell your subconscious that opportunities flows to me easily, then it will show you a million ways to prove you right. Whatever you feed to your subconscious, it will prove you right. Because what you're experiencing is a subjective reality. It is not objective. Because you assign meaning to it, like we saw in the previous truth. So whatever you believe, whatever beliefs you have internally, that will always get reflected in external reality. I have a separate video on how you can change these beliefs, so make sure you check it out. But once you understand this, then you will know that all the experiences you have in the past, all bad experiences, were created because out of those beliefs. You struggle for money because you think struggling for money is a normal thing to do. If you think money is hard to come by, and if you think to make money you need to work so hard, you need to put in 18 hours per day of work. If you think that, if you believe that, then your subconscious will prove you right. And when you see other people who are effortlessly making more money, who are effortlessly living a way better life by putting in way less work than you, then you believe that they are scammers, you believe they are evil, you believe they are doing something shady. This is how your mind tricks you. So it is very important that you need to identify what self-limiting beliefs that you have and work on it and change it and replace it with self-empowering beliefs, right? So if you change the belief that money is hard to come by, and if you change it as money is easy to come by, then guess what? You're going to attract money effortlessly, like all the people you saw. The problem is most people have programmed the subconscious with limiting beliefs without even realizing it. They wonder why they keep attracting the same problems, not realizing that their subconscious is just doing its job perfectly. Now, the next truth is emotion is a language of creation. Emotion is the most powerful force and the primary language of the subconscious mind and God. Emotion is energy in motion. So, logic and reason are tools of the conscious mind, but creation happens at an emotional level. This is why you can think positive thoughts all day, you can do 1,000 affirmations per day, but your life will still not change. It is because when you just think without feeling it, when you just do affirmations without feeling it, then creation will not happen. Your emotions are literally energy in motion, and they are broadcasting your creative energy into the world 24/7. So, whatever you experience in the reality, it is created by your own emotions, your own feelings. When you feel abundant, you are instructing your reality to bring you more abundance. When you feel scarcity, then you are instructing the universe to bring you more scarcity. This is why truly successful people are not just positive thinkers, they are actually positive feelers. They have learned to embody the emotions of their desired reality before it even shows up. So, master your emotions and make sure you feel the emotions of how you would feel if you were in a desired reality. If you want to manifest more money, let's say you want to manifest $50,000 per month. Let's say you want to manifest, you are making $50,000 per month from your business, then you need to feel those emotions on how you would feel if you were making 50K per month, and do it consistently every day. And the next law is you can only have what you already have vibrationally. This means you must vibrationally align with your desired reality internally before it can materialize externally. Now, this is the most frustrating truth for many people because if they want money, they need to feel like they have money in the first place before actually having more money in their life, which is a hard thing to do for many people, but it is very, very easy. So, if you want to find your soulmate, you need to actually feel love before. If you want more money, then you need to feel like having more money before it actually materializes in physical reality. Whatever you want, you must have it vibrationally. You must have it. You must feel those emotions vibrationally. The emotion comes first and physical manifestation comes next. That is the right order. So here's why this truth exists, right? The universe is always matching your vibration, not your desires, not what you actually want, right? So you can want abundance all day long, but if you don't feel it, the universe will not bring it to you. So here's the solution. Start embodying the feeling of already having what you want, not as fake it till you make it pretending, but as genuine alignment with the energy of your desired reality. There's no faking it. You need to genuinely feel like you already have what you want, because the subconscious mind can't differentiate between what is real and what is fake. Once you start imagining as yourself being in a desired reality, then automatically those emotions will pop up. You'll feel more relaxed, more secure, more joyful, because your mind can't differentiate between what is real and what is fake. It can't differentiate between what is real and what is imagination. So use imagination to your advantage. And the next truth is manifestation is always happening. Manifestation is an autopilot process that you're actually doing. The goal is to take this unconscious process off autopilot and direct it intentionally. You are not trying to learn how to manifest, you are already a master manifester. Everything in your life right now is a perfect manifestation of your past thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. The problem is, most people are manifesting unconsciously, right? It is a process that you're doing 24/7, but most people are doing it in an unconscious way. They don't even know that they're manifesting that reality at this moment. They are creating by default instead of by design, letting their fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs run the show. Once you realize that you're always manifesting, the question becomes, what are you manifesting? And more importantly, do you want to keep creating the same patterns, or are you ready to take conscious control? And only you can say the answer. And the next truth is, your self worth is your financial ceiling. Your self worth acts as an energetic ceiling for what you can materialize. What you know you deserve is based on what you have already emotionally experienced. You can use all the manifestation techniques in the world, but if deep down you don't believe that you actually deserve abundance, then whatever technique you may use, how much ever you try, you will never achieve true abundance. You will sabotage every opportunity that comes your way. Your subconscious mind has a set point for what it believes you're worthy of receiving. Try to exceed that set point, and it will always find ways to bring you back down to what feels safe and familiar. This is why many entrepreneurs can't seem to break through their income levels, because deep down they don't think that they deserve more revenue, and they don't even know it, right? They try to change their funnels, they try to push out more content, they try made they try many different strategies, but they don't know that their self-worth is not aligned with their desired reality. Their actions are being governed by an internal thermostat of their worthiness. Now, this is precisely what I help you with, right? So, if you're an entrepreneur and you're struggling to get to that next income level, you're struggling to scale your business, then check out the link in the description, right? But here's the solution. Start expanding your emotional experience of deserving more, one small step at a time. Now, if you're making $10,000 per month, then start aiming for $12,000 or $15,000 per month. If you're making 10K per month and you start aiming for 100K per month, then without much help, without external help, it becomes very much difficult for you to change your self worth. Because deep down, you won't believe that you deserve 100K per month if you're just making 10K per month. But if there is someone else who has more experience, who can help you to work on your beliefs and your self worth, then if you're making 10K per month and actually aiming for 100K per month becomes much more plausible. But if you're working on yourself, if you don't have a mentor, or if you don't have the right resources, then start aiming for less numbers. If you're making 10K per month, then the most reasonable way for you to go about it is start aiming for 12K or 15K per month. And you need to do it in a sustainable way, right? Like, you can make 20 to 25K per month at the beginning, but you need to do it in a sustainable way. Your income must be consistent. So it doesn't matter if you're in a job, if you're doing a business, if you're making a certain amount of money, don't jump too high without external help. If you're doing all of this process by yourself, it is very much important that you do it at small steps at a time. And the 10th truth is, money is spiritual, not material. Money is a spiritual tool for activating your God mind. There is nothing noble or spiritual about being poor. Wealth is a reflection of abundance, and it is difficult to reach higher levels of consciousness if you are constantly worried about your finances. Too many spiritual people have led you to believe that making money is a sinful thing to do, that getting rich is a sinful thing to do. They have let you believe that poverty is a virtue, which is not the case. All enlightened beings, Jesus, Krishna, Buddha, all these enlightened beings started off as wealthy, abundant, and rich, right? So if you can't be spiritual, you can't aim for enlightenment, you can't aim for spiritual awakenings if you're constantly worried about finances, right? So making money is a spiritual thing to do. So here's a litmus test on how you can find whether what you're doing is something spiritual or something that is animalistic, right? So if you do something that the animal can do, then you are being animalistic. You are operating from animal consciousness. But if you do something that the animal can't do, then what you're doing is a spiritual act, right? So this is why just having sex, just hooking up with someone, and just having physical relationship with someone is an animalistic thing to do, because that is what animals do. But if you add love into the equation, and if you genuinely love and care for that other person, then that is a spiritual thing to do. So let me ask you, does animals make money? And if the answer is no, then what you're doing is a spiritual thing. Making money is spiritual, right? You're not operating from animalistic view. You're not operating from animal consciousness. So whatever you do in life, if it is something that an animal can't do, then whatever you're doing is a spiritual act. So that's it from me. These are the 10 metaphysical truths that you need to understand and realize in your life, right? Once you actually know them, once you understood them, and I would recommend that you repeat this video a few times so that you can internalize these concepts and you understand them in an emotional level, then you can start experiencing your reality in the way that you prefer. Because once you understand these truths, then you will become a conscious creator of your life, right? So understand these truths. Maybe watch this video for another 2 to 3 times. And if you want to work with me personally, then check out the link in the description. And that's it. So I will see you in another video.